Foreign Policy Chief Josep Borrell said on Tuesday, March 7, a Georgian draft law on transparency of foreign influence was a very bad development for the country and could seriously affect its ties with the EU. This is a very bad development for Georgia and its people, Borrell said in a written statement. Since last week, Tbilisi is the scene of protests over a controversial foreign agents bill backed by the ruling party, which critics have said represents an authoritarian shift in the country. Georgian police used tear gas and water cannon against protesters Tuesday as thousands of demonstrators took to the streets in the capital opposed the controversial bill. At one point, a protester threw a Molotov cocktail at a cordon of riot police, according to television footage. The demonstration took place after Georgian lawmakers earlier Tuesday gave their initial backing to the draft law, which is reminiscent of Russia's legislation used to crack down on dissent. In recent years, Georgian authorities have faced mounting international criticism over perceived backsliding on democracy, seriously damaging Tbilisi's ties with Brussels. In 2012, Russia adopted a law that allows authorities to take action against NGOs, media outlets, and others deemed foreign agents. Georgian President Salome Zurabishvili expressed support for the demonstrators and vowed to veto the legislation. "I stand with you because you are representing today the free Georgia which sees its future in Europe and will not let anyone steal this future," she said in a video from the United States where she is on an official visit. "Nobody has the right to take away your future," she said in the address, with the Statue of Liberty seen in the background. The U.S. Embassy in Georgia called the legislation Kremlin-inspired and said it was incompatible with the country's desire to join the European Union. "Today is a dark day for Georgia's democracy," the embassy said in a statement, adding that the legislation raised questions about the ruling party's commitment to Euro-Atlantic integration. In Russia, the foreign agent label, which is reminiscent of the term enemies of the people of the Soviet era, has been used extensively by the authorities against political opponents, journalists, and human rights activists accused of conducting foreign-funded political activities. According to recently amended Russian legislation, anyone under foreign influence or receiving support from abroad, not just foreign money, can be declared a foreign agent. Democratic backsliding. Georgia applied for EU membership together with Ukraine and Moldova days after Russia on February 24, 2022 invaded Ukraine. In June last year, EU leaders granted formal candidate status to Kyiv and Chisinau but said Tbilisi must implement a number of reforms first. Plans to join NATO and the EU are enshrined in Georgia's constitution and, according to opinion polls, are supported by at least 80% of the population. In 2008, Russia attacked Georgia, the five-day war being stopped with the help of the then French President Nicolas Sarkozy. Ever since, its territories of Abkhazia and South Ossetia are occupied by Russia. In recent years, rights activists have accused the Georgian authorities of drifting towards the Kremlin. Thousands of Russian men have fled to Georgia after President Vladimir Putin announced a military mobilization last September. Initially welcoming, Georgia has over the course of the past year deported a number of Russian activists with opposition views. Georgian Prime Minister Irakli Garibashvili has defended his balanced Russia policy as aimed at ensuring peace and stability. The authorities have also been criticized over the worsening health of the jailed former President Mikhail Saakashvili. Late last month, European Union member states issued a formal diplomatic warning to Georgia's leaders over Saakashvili's health.